if you're looking for work or you're open to it, then you must hear this manifestation hack that got me the job fast. Now, the first thing that you're going to have to do is actually drive your words to help the employer assume the job is yours. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do that. The first way is by realizing the law of assumption, mostly popularized by Neville Goddard. So, what is that? That's whenever you assume the state of the wish fulfilled. So if I want to be a nurse, I assume the state of the nurse. If I want to be an HR professional, I assume the alter of an HR professional. So whatever job you're looking for, you're going to have to assume the state of the wish fulfilled. Meaning you apply to be an engineer for this specific job. You are going to have to assume the alter for that position in order to get it. But we're going to take it a step further in that you're going to have to impress upon the employer, impress upon the person that has the contract that you're running for. So you're going to have to help them assume you are the state of the wish fulfilled. So I'm going to break down to how that is going to happen for you. Now, the first thing is you got to find out what they're looking for and assume their needs. One of the best ways to do this is whenever you're in an interview. Whenever you're in an interview, they are asking you questions, and sometimes you get to ask them questions. But I think it's real important for you in the very beginning of your interview to find an opportunity to find out what they're looking for. So, for an example, in an interview, they're asking you, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you looking for? And then so your response is, well, actually, do you mind if we take it a little step further back and you could tell me a little bit more about this position? In actuality, if you had a paintbrush, what would your ideal person look like? And so that gives them an opportunity to clarify more about the roles and responsibilities of the place that you're wanting to work. And then so they will respond to you with something like, oh, the last person was real negative. So we're looking for someone that's absolutely positive. The last person just could not see beyond the spreadsheets. So we're looking for someone that could be more people focused, whatever it is. While they're spilling their guts, your job is to actually take down those notes because you're ruminating that in your mind so that the universe is aware of what they're looking for to bring that to you. So if they want someone that's early, say it in your head. I'm early. I'm early. I'm early. Most employers, when they're looking for something, they have an idea of what they're looking for as if they could paint it. Your job is to get as close to that assumption that they're looking for as possible. Now, also, now that you assumed that the altar is yours, you're going to have to help them see that you're the perfect person for this job. How do you do it? Well, while you ask for their ideal fit or whatever you're looking for their needs, you wrote that down or you have in your mind and you begin to speak on those needs as if the job is already yours. Now, subconsciously, that's speaking to that 90% of the brain where just instinctively, if not by nervousness or pressure or just by you being bold and confident, they're going to start speaking as if you were in that job. Maybe first they're saying, well, whoever, but if you really get into the weeds of the problem, they can't help but to assume that you are the perfect fit. So for an example, a place that I was looking forward to work for was really wanting a good applicant tracking system for new hires to come on board. Perfect. So then I've had that experience. So I really focused on fulfilling that need and everything else. So I found out my 30-day goals, my 90-day goals, so on and so forth. So since I'm able to be in that state, it helps them see that for me. So if they were wanting someone that was more positive, I'm talking about my morning miracle affirmations that I do, or that I am positive against extreme skepticism. The brain will find what to do because the universe will deliver that for you, but you have to prompt it. You have to tell it that first. So the next thing you want to do is assume the alter of the person and really, really, really follow up on those problems. So this is whenever everything's done. No more interview, no more interactions, or you had some type of interaction that you had. And now that you've learned the problem that they're facing, your job now is to go ahead and solve it. Why? Because you already assume of the state of the wish fulfilled, meaning you're already on the payroll. you're already that right person. You're already ready already. You have all the tools, all the knowledge, and you're completely in. You're completely in on solving their problems. So if they wanted an applicant tracking system and I talked the talk and walked the walk during that interview, well, the next day, whenever I thanked them, guess what I included in my email? That's right. In answer to the applicant tracking system fiasco, I already had a program that was 25 bucks a pop and real inexpensive, and it actually integrates with the system that they already have. I knew that because they told me, because they already assumed that the job was mine. And so as I thanked them and I went through everything and, my positive morning miracle affirmations, because they love positivism, and I answered to the problem, and I already connected them to a salesperson. Now, I know they didn't already have that before, but that's something that I was able to deliver. 1 week goes by, I get another interview. And in the interview, I'm talking about what's next or how do we integrate it or the steps on communicating. And instead of the interview questions, which they just kind of threw out the window, what they did for me is something that they will do for you. And what they'll do for you is continue to talk about what's next, incorporating and infusing you in the work to where I end up getting the job offer. Why? Because I was already knee deep in solving a problem that they have. How did I get there? How would you get there? You get there because you assume the state of the wish fulfilled. And you help them see that by making them see that you are the wish fulfilled. Just little techniques. So that little technique that I've done of using the law of assumption in that specific way helped leverage me above all the other candidates. And even so, even thanking them, I even went as far as to find email addresses of some big players involved and really gave them a good solid email and a really good solution. And I just made it real simple in alignment with the way that they do things. So that is one example of how you are going to be able to manifest the job that you really want by this one little manifestation trick. A lot of people miss this out by saying, "Oh, I wish I could get this job," or "if I get that job." No disrespect to wishing and having a wishbone, but your employer is going to want someone with a backbone. They want you talking right, and they want the right fit within their organization. And you could be that fit through this manifestation process of fulfilling the state of the wish fulfilled. So that's all that I got for you today. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video where I am going to show you how to manifest the exact things that you want within your job after you get it. Can't wait to see you there. Looking forward to seeing my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.